Welcome to the Time with Dr. Ntiamoah. I believe this program is helping you. We've been talking to the people, we've been educating using all the media available for the past 25 years. We are in our 25th anniversary. We are still talking, we are still moving. Today, we're going to take you through another episode of the Complete Woman segment, the Faith Talk, and the DrN World. As I told you, the Time with Dr. Ntiamoah has three segments. The Complete Woman, which is about health education, answering the questions of the people, the continuation of the health teachings. And then the Faith Talk segment is about you and your faith in God. And then the DrN World is about the work with the women, the counseling, making them bold, beautiful, and stronger. Today, the Complete Woman segment, I have with me in the studio Dr. Ntiamoah Mensah, my boss. I told you that there are much more detailed stuff that I would want her to take us through, and I would like to interview her about the things we have been teaching, the things we have been talking, whether we should still go along the same tangent or we have to shift or we have to find different ways because, life is dynamic. As the people are changing, I'm going to ask her, should we go the same way or they have newer, better, and a much modern way of we taking the information to same people? We'll go on a short break. When we come back, we'll continue. Welcome back. You are still on the Time with Dr. Ntiamoah. I told you that I'm going to have a section with my boss, Dr. Ntiamoah. Dr. Abna Poma. I think her name keeps increasing, so let's stick to DrN2, Dr. Ntiamoah Mensah, Ntiamoah Mensah. I'm going to have a brief conversation with her, concerning the Complete Woman segment, the teachings, the genital health, the women's health advocacy. She's been doing some wonderful stuff. Congratulations.
Thank you.
She was in KNUST to educate the young ladies. She was in University of Ghana. And what are some of them? Because now I'm an old man. There are some of the places that I don't even know. What?
I've been to UCC. I've been to Academic City University College. I've been to a lot of places.
Academic what?
City University College.
Okay.
Yes, I've been to quite a number of places.
And how is the experience?
It's been interesting, educating people, talking to them, seeing people's points of view, and spreading the good word. I believe it's been a nice experience.
It's been a nice experience.
Yeah.
What I want to ask this question, that we have been talking about women's health for the past 25 years. We've been drumming this right from Makola Market, offices, almost every corner, churches, all places. The things we have taught the people over the years. I know there's been a lot of information. We've educated the people. What we said, is it still being practiced? Or since grandmothers left and new mothers have taken up and their children are coming up, the menace or the act is still in practice. I'm sure. There may person be saying, "You shall say, a man, if you base it, you know, in Yatre omo you say omfa we nse omfa we mfa ha omfa you say de bema omapomudi na kwanim but ama ye chechro omo no nananom bi edikan ko maami fo ni I be abobo ye mpanifo abobo mrewa ene omo ma ne na wo ho ene omo masoso no ma na ne no masikrom ene de no krom magide abomobo ye pese ebisa se de ne ye chechre no ye nto aso chechre ana say Yenche before for if you said no. What is the advise me? You are in town. Advise me.
Yes. Growing up, I used to watch you on TV, and then I used to hear you talk about certain things, women in certain things in the kitchen, ginger, onions, garlic for some relief or to treat.
Women in what?
Women in certain things
certain
from the kitchen.
What do you mean by certain things from the kitchen?
In certain things.
In certain
yes.
certain things,
yes.
okay.
You know, ginger, onions, garlics, and things like that. And I found it very strange and unbelievable. But then going up and practicing...
So what impression did you make? Well, you thought probably I was talking about some abstract stuff, right?
Something. Yes.
Okay.
But then growing up and then starting to practice, I've seen that these things are still prevalent. It's something that still goes on because women would always have that need. Women always have the need for certain things. They have infections they want to treat. And then there are lots of social things around vaginal health, genital health. Yes. But then now I would say that it's not so much of using kitchen substances, food stuff, inserting them for relief.
So much of garden eggs.
It's not so much of that anymore.
It's not pepper and stuff.
But right now, there's a lot of misinformation on the TV, on the social media, TikTok, Instagram. So you find a lot of women under people's comments asking what they should use. They'll be shown some acids, some pills, so many things. You read them and you're like, wow. In as much as we've moved from certain traditional things, we're also going to certain chemicals and certain processed things.
I want to get this part well. The little ones.
They're not little.
Okay, they're big ones. They're big ones. So they are asking what they should apply?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly, because women through generations would have itching, they would have discharges, they would have all those kind of things. And they are always looking for a remedy. So I believe that the education is still important. It is still highly relevant because as the generations are moving on, the kind of things that they use also transforms over the years. So we must
doesn't mean that now the garlic, the grandmothers, the pepper, and the garden eggs and the stuff they used to use now is been formulated into pills.
Pills and things.
Pills and things.
Pills and potions. So there are so many things to drink, so many things to insert, so many things to apply. And you read and you look at it and you know that all this is wrong. It's not going to help the woman in the long run. So I believe that this education is important. It still has to go on because the menace hasn't stopped entirely, but it has just transformed and shifted into another way.
You know, you think there is still the need to go on.
Absolutely.
Okay, how do we reach out to the young ones? What are the ways and means? Well, because I don't want to hear that we have to take it to TikTok. We have to dance to get the.
No, we are not dancing.
Yeah, how do we get the information? Because you're saying that what we have been, fighting against, what we have been talking against is still being practiced. How do you think we can reach the younger ones?
I believe that in reaching the younger ones, we can continue what has been done over the decades through the Complete Woman Club, going to the institutions, going to school, meeting the young girls, talking to them, advising them. And I believe that has worked over the course of time, and it's still working. Aside that, the traditional media like we are doing now, it permeates and a lot of people listen and watch. And you said you do not want to hear it. But then the disinformation or the way that they are getting the information to use these kind of products that are not helpful is through the social media. So
we're on the social media.
Yes.
But what I'm saying is that I hope, because now it looks like you have to dance to get everything.
No, we are not dancing. We are not dancing. So getting back on the social media to give the information of the right things to use, the proper ways, how to protect yourself, how to take care of yourself, how to prevent these infections, and how to properly care for them. I believe that is going to go a long way.
It's going to go a long way.
Yes.
Okay. So there's a question. A young lady has asked a question. A 31-year lady. She asked a question. Would like to go on a short break. When we come back, you are going to respond to her question.
Okay.
Welcome back. You are still on the time with Dr. Ntiamoah. I'm with Dr. Ntiamoah. I'm with Dr. Erica Ntiamoah Mensah. I want you to answer this question. The lady says that, the partner went to the hospital and he was told that he has gonorrhea. And the man says that he got it from her. She says she's surprised because she has not experienced anything. She doesn't have any sign or symptom. And she's wondering why the man thinks that the infection could come from her. So she was worried. Do you have anything to say about that?
Some sexually transmitted diseases or infections may not outrightly show signs and symptoms. So you may be having relations with your partner and then the partner may test positive for something, but then you would be confused and be wondering where they got it from because you yourself, you're not experiencing any signs or any symptoms. Some of them may have delayed signs and symptoms.
Some may have delayed
signs and symptoms. And for some of them, you may be experiencing the signs and symptoms, especially as women, but sometimes some women do not take notice of these things or they disregard it because women are known to have discharge. So if she's having some kind of discharge, she may disregard it. If she's having burning sensation or pain during urination, she may consider it as a UTI. And Ghanaian women like to treat UTIs on their own. So
no,
they like
it's not,
some Ghanaian women.
Say women.
Women.
Some women don't limit it to Ghanaians.
Okay. Some women like to treat certain things on their own. So they may never even walk into the hospital to seek help for any of the things that they are experiencing. And you end up finding these things out incidentally when they are pregnant, going for antenatal checkup or general checkups. Then they find out that they have some of these sexually transmitted diseases or infections.
During your clinical consultation, do you come across ladies who have these problems without knowing that, or ladies who are newly diagnosed in the course of the screening? Do you come across such cases?
Oh yes, it's quite common for women to come in for screening for several reasons and then to find out that they have certain STIs or STDs that they may not originally be complaining about. Because as I said, some of the symptoms are delayed. Some women may experience these signs and symptoms, but they may not exactly see it as much of a problem. They may attribute it to several things, try home-based treatments and all of that.
If you say home-based treatment, what do you mean by home-based treatment?
Okay. So with the home-based treatment, people have remedies for so many things. There are some people, when they're experiencing burning sensation during sex or during urination, they have their concoctions they take. Right now, said I shouldn't say Ghanaian women, but a lot of people buy over-the-counter things. So people go and buy their antibiotic and take it, experience some relief, and then move on with their lives. So there are so many reasons that a partner may test positive for something, another partner may not be aware or experience these signs and symptoms, and then it brings that discordance and confusion. It doesn't necessarily mean that the person got it from you, but it should also make you understand that it is not always that you experience these overt signs and symptoms of burning, discharge, pain, low abdominal pain, and all that. That's why it's important that if you're sexually active, at least 2 to 3 times a year, you should do an STI or an STD screen.
You should. The person, women alone or both?
No. Anyone who is sexually active, you should do it for yourself. Okay. You should make sure that you do that for yourself, not necessarily for your partner or with your partner, but for yourself. At least 2 to 3 times a year. You should just get all these checked up because sometimes these STIs or STDs, they have more long-lasting effects on women.
If you say more long-lasting effect on women, what do you mean by that?
Yes, so it can lead to pelvic inflammatory disease.
Pelvic inflammatory disease.
Yes, and with a pelvic inflammatory disease, you may find it difficult when you are now trying to have a child. I'm
sorry not to be, cutting through, but if you say pelvic inflammatory disease, I know it's a whole topic, but I would want, those of us who don't understand, I want you said it may lead to pelvic inflammatory disease.
Yeah, so with pelvic inflammatory disease, you can have an infection, like some of these STIs and STDs we are talking about, vaginal infections, and it would ascend. So it would ascend up the reproductive tract, go to the uterus, the fallopian tubes, and then with any infection or inflammation, when there is healing, it's like when you have a sore and then the sore is healing, you can get some scab or some a scar on it. So imagine that your fallopian tubes have now come together and then there's scarring and all of that. So when you are trying to conceive, in certain people or in certain instances, when you're trying to conceive, you may find it difficult. And also because of this scarring, you may have an ectopic pregnancy. Yes, so that for lack of better words, after the baby has formed, for it to even travel nicely inside the uterus, it gets stuck because the whole tube is blocked and some parts have come together and all of that. So it's important to, if you know that you're sexually active in any circumstance, it's important to, for your own self, make sure that you get a check at least 2 times or 3 times a year.
A check 2-3 times a year. Okay, it said the AD can be signed because if you say, so I complete my juma did. Yenja will be yenja yen an animal, yenja, Enja yenuanum nti ye ka de wo kan no bonetofa ewo chimu.
Tinya me kan obrofo no mu say se oba wo ho na se woni be mehia chance wo ho se wobenya inemu yare anase nya ye kan obrofo no sexually transmitted infections. Sometimes wo oba no want to mean who signs and symptoms who insaye bia e wo redeem who say when you vaginal discharge anase wa ya say sometimes wa ya say enye wo ya but nya ye tretwe mu obrofo no say sometimes some of these infections and as nemu yare no who sign bia wunya some any sign
bia insusanso
bia any signs and symptoms into no and I say who signs and symptoms bia ma ye wo hono nya discharge in your free I don't know how to say
it. If your hoba.
Okay. In your free and hoba ni ade into no who shut down who say a problem bia into na important say we are sexually active and I say woni be me share at least 2 to 3 times a year no now akoye test akoye nhwehwemu e wo body mu to be able to know if you have any of these sexually transmitted diseases or infections. Ye treatment mu say man wunya sa sexually transmitted infections.
Wunya sa enemu yare ya.
Wunya sa enemu yare na.
Amefia kunedu. May she rest in peace. Yes.
Wunya sa enemu yare na se we treat ya. Etumi de ohaw ni nsunsuanso bebre e de ba. Nti no ye kan say.
Nsunsuanso na ebi ni den. Nsunsuanso no say ebia say oba fa yefun anase oba fa nyinse ya drobe na da na sin mu no se eba se akola no eye mojato na nanti aba abeto awodie no mu a mesan etwa so won se de wo kan no etwa se sa enemu yare no etimi ma etwa ebeda drobe no mu anase fallopian tube no mu eti se etwa beda mu akola no enam na se okwa na achoke no so dem be I manu to me enko nti no basa na abofra no enye drobe na da ema asemu no or the fallopian tube no akola to me enye kese wo mo to se de ebe kese wo awodie na nkasa no emu nti na basa na akola no eye kese no na drobe no anase tube no apai epaya na moja ebinyu egum eku ema wa nhu ntema obo se ama oba no wahwere ne nkwa ni nyina no enemu yare ni sa yare ya estimi wo ema ho a ehun sunsuaso no wan hwe yi krampo na wo hu se bio BBC na ekoso nti no he the doctor eka no o ka se oba bi a wo ho ne be me bia na wonim se wo enemu nkita ho bia na ho behia se mprano anase wa no se wutimi hwe se obetumi akọ na doctor ye hwehwemu na how bi koso a doctor esi ano because I think most of these things are treatable, preventable, and if it is seen early, am I right?
You're very right. If it's seen early, it's treated, and then you prevent yourself from having these long-lasting effects.
Long-lasting effects.
Exactly.
Yes. Prevention and early treatment is always
better than cure.
Wonderful people, you have heard the response from, my boss, Dr. Ntiamoah Mensah. She has given us insight. And these are just tidbits. We are, like she said, that we need to heighten the education. We need to mount the education, heighten the education. We need to find modern ways of disseminating the information to the young ones. Because, like she said, that what we taught the grandmothers, the mothers, and the people, their children, the young ones, are also seeking for remedy. And you go under a post and you find these young ones, she said I shouldn't say little ones, these young ones asking questions, how am I helped? I'm itching, I'm having this problem, I'm having this and I'm having that. And I promise you, aluta continua, we will take this message to the doorstep of the ladies. We are done with their grandmothers. We are with their mothers. We're coming to their daughters, and wherever they are, we're doing the Make the Girl Great campaign, taking it to schools all over the country and using the social media, reaching young ladies all across the globe. As we are moving in the DrN world, we're not leaving anybody behind. So mothers, fathers, parents who are watching, get your young ones to send us a WhatsApp right now. Send us a WhatsApp. We have the girls group where Dr. Erica, is the main admin. We educating the girls what they should do. There are a lot of stuff. There are a lot of stuff that children go through that they are unable to say. Parents also, even if they know, they might not be able to communicate. But at least we have a platform where we are able to communicate with these young ones. So please, get your people, send a WhatsApp. If you have a problem, if there's an infection, if you have a condition that needs to be helped, or you need counseling or any form of assistance, please, you can send us a WhatsApp on the numbers on the screen. You can call us. We would like to talk to you and assist you in any better way. But the most important thing is that you can see the doctor wherever you are, or go to the nearby health center for help. But online, we are available to support you, help you, and talk to you. Thank you so much for watching this program. Let's go on the next segment. Welcome back. This is the DrN World, the home for the ladies, where they are made bold, beautiful, and stronger. Nobody should be alone. Esther had Mordecai, and Ruth had Naomi, and you have DrN. Get to the DrN home. We had a conference for the ladies. It was a 3-day banquet, wisdom conference, where the ladies were camped in a very great place. We had, a prayer section with them, the walk with God, they were ministered to. And on the Saturday morning, we had a walk from the Bema camp to the La Palm Royal Beach Hotel. Let's watch this. Well, very early morning, the second day of the conference, we all gathered around the Bema camp. And as you can see in the video, you see the ladies heating up, jogging, or just heating up for the walk from the Bema camp. The demarcated distance is from the Bema camp to the La Palm Royal Beach Hotel, where we had to have the aerobics. And it's very exciting to see ladies from all walks, from the West, ladies from the USA, ladies from different parts of Africa, ladies from different parts of the country coming together as a family. Not just for any ordinary reason, but to acquire knowledge, wisdom, to be taught how to be strong, how to be able to handle life, how to be bold, how to be beautiful, and how to be everything that the lady must be. The excitement, leaving their children, leaving the family, a getaway place. It's very difficult for the lady to say, I'm going here, I'm going there. But this was a place where at least husbands, men will drop their wives, men, brought their wives to come and have a refresher program, the refresher conference. And, so let's watch this. Let's watch this. You can see the excitement, the dancing. And as you're watching this, you can be dancing with us, you can be jogging with us, and make sure you are jogging. as you can watch and you can see, we are approaching the La Palm Royal Beach Hotel. We are crossing the street, and there we have to gather momentum. You know, we're getting to the finishing line. The ladies are so tired. I'm so tired myself. You can see my feet are hurting, but I'm still dancing because I have to impress the ladies. You see, you have all these ladies running with them, and you're going to limp here and there. No, I had to impress them. By God's grace, we're all able to pull ourselves along. So it's quite a distance. But like I was saying, I think I was trying. I had to impress all the ladies. I had to impress them. I was tired, but I had to move on. They say that, there's this song that a man should be faithful and walk even when unable, So I was trying to be a man. We entering the hotel, finishing line, getting in there. That was very exciting. It was very reassuring, seeing the finishing lines, entering, and all these beautiful ladies, these beautiful families getting into the hotel to have a breakfast, and then to have the aerobics, and after that having a breakfast and a family time before the banquet in the evening. Well, you have watched the Complete Woman show. You've seen the DrN World, the home for the ladies, where they are made bold, beautiful, and strong. Echo. The numbers are on the screen. If you have any question, if you have any issue, just send us a message. Look on the screen. The numbers are on the screen. We would like to have a section with you. If you want to be part of the DrN World, no matter your level, don't be worried. Don't just stay in your corner. Don't stay in your profession and say, oh, I'm an engineer, I'm a lawyer, I'm this, I'm a minister, and die. No. By God's grace, we have been able to hold many hands, and many ladies have become bold, beautiful, and stronger. Next week, same time, we'll be coming to you with another episode of The Time with Dr. Ntiamoah.